ladies and gentlemen, I've been with this guy before in Brazil just recently. He's an amazing guy. We met up in D.C. at the Rage Against the War Machine rally. We're in constant contact with each other. You might have seen him on Press TV, RT, Sputnik. Lately, he's been making the rounds. He was on Heartlands Media, The Homeless Left with Matt Weinglass. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Professor Danny Shaw is in the house. How you doing, Danny Shaw?
Saga Fat Pasta. It's good to see you, brother. How you feel?
It's always great to see you, man. I can't wait to see you in person. Where are we going to go next? I know you just get back from Haiti, but I was hoping that we can get over to El Salvador. We missed it. Bukele won by 85% of the vote. And I do believe that to be true, even though he's not a hardcore leftist and some of our friends might be upset by that. But there are things he's done to that country, and the people love him there. Some people said there was a little fugaziness going with the election, but it's really hard to fake an election for 85%. And you saw when he gets out of the car, man, people are there. They're going crazy. They just appreciate the fact that their country is now safe. Barbaric tactic, if you will, right? Locking everybody up with a tattoo. But it was so out of hand, Danny. And really, to tell you the truth, a lot of that, what's going on when it comes to MS-13 and paramilitary groups and gangs, really kind of leads into what's going on from what you experienced in Haiti today. And I'm so glad you're here to explain what's going on. But maybe you can give us a little brief history of Haiti, because when you talk about Haiti, it's its own little kind of like special regime change project for the United States. I mean, they've removed presidents from Haiti by helicopter, Marines, right? And I think personally that Haiti gets a harder back of the hand from the United States in the West because of the Bolivarian Revolution. And they want to show and wag the finger and make sure that nobody ever stands up to the empire ever again. But you go ahead and give us, you've been going there for almost 30 years now. So give us a little history about Haiti and why we're at where we're at today, because it does seem more of the same. However, I think things were different maybe 50 years ago, and why we were always there colonizing than they are today. Go ahead, Danny.
I think that's an important place to start. The Haitian people continue to demand self-determination. They're sick of living under the boot of U.S. colonialism. The Haitian people want full economic, diplomatic, military, political self-determination. There's supposed to be an election on February 7th, so a few days away. There hasn't been a democratic election in Haiti since 2001, and before that in 1990. Both times it was Jean-Bertrand Aristide, the people's priest, Titi, who won. In both times he was couped, he was kidnapped by the United States and what they call Tissus Blanc, or the puppets of the U.S. So right now, the de facto prime minister is Ariel Henry. He's not someone that has any love. They see him as a dictator. The people are in the streets right now. The situation in Haiti is particularly dire. I first went to Haiti in 1998, so it's almost been 3 decades. The word gangs is the word we'll most hear with associated with Haiti, but it's really, these are paramilitaries, these are death squads, these are mercenaries. Some of the research that I've been looking at and the journalism that I've been putting out is, where do all these guns come from? Because Haiti doesn't produce guns, the Dominican Republic doesn't produce guns. So it's somewhere in the range of about 750,000 illegal high caliber weapons in Haiti. 95% from the U.S. There's also some Israeli Galils in that mix. We're talking about a fratricidal paramilitary war on the population. Port-au-Prince is a city with roughly the same population as the Bronx, where I'm seated right now. And sorry, I lost you there for a sec.
It's okay, buddy.
And city of 2.5 million people, 1/5 of Port-au-Prince has been displaced in the past 3 years. So you have entire neighborhoods, entire communities displaced, people pushed out, murdered, the looting, burnt out of their homes. So I was visiting the different refugee camps. The 500,000 refugees are taking refuge wherever they can. They're living in schools. I've been censored on Twitter, but I've been still putting out the information to the best of my ability. All of this shadow banning and delisting has certainly taken its toll on independent journalism, but it's important for the Haitian people to have a voice. So a lot of what I do with my fluency in Creole, na voyons a Ibobo pour tout haïtien qui là, just giving a shout out to all the Haitian fighters. The Haitian people really, they wanna control their destiny. They don't want to have to migrate to Florida or to the Dominican Republic. And there's this program called Program Biden, the Biden program, where they give 40,000 visas to the Haitian people every year. And it's sad for me to see this generation coming up. They can't envision a future for themselves in Haiti. So it's all about migration. It's all about that visa. It's all about that Biden program. So it's interesting how colonialism in the 21st century is manifesting. And these are some of the ways that we're diving into.
I got people texting me questions. Ask them this, ask them that. So they're saying Haiti, you just said something interesting. Haiti doesn't make any guns, doesn't produce any guns, neither does a DR. So where are these guns coming from? And what does that say about the gangs itself? I remember you saying on the Homeless Left, this is different. They're not just gangs in the sense of a bunch of street kids getting together for their own needs and whatnot. They're actually doing a job. When we talk about MS-13 down in El Salvador, right? We were talking about hired by the CIA gangs to create mischief to destabilize the government. Is that more the same?
I think the Salvadorian example from the 1980s with the death squads, Los Escuadrones de la Muerte, in the 1970s and 80s in Argentina, in Uruguay, in Paraguay, you had these right-wing death squads as well, taking out the population. Yeah, that's what they are. Gangs does not do sociological justice to the reality. These are criminals through and through. They have no respect for human life. They don't appear to have an actual political agenda or objective. But being a student of the Haitian forces of liberation, it seems that they want to displace, they want to uproot the stable communities, because historically it was from these stable communities that the massive Haitian liberation movement came from. That's the movement that elected Jean-Bertrand Aristide. That's the movement who had the déchoucage. Déchoucage means overthrowing the old system. Duvalier, first Papa Doc, then Baby Doc, Francois, then Jean-Claude. Those were the U.S. puppets through the 1950s, 60s, 70s, until 86, until the People's Revolution, until the new Constitution in 1987. Anytime the Haitian people have began to felt any hope, the U.S. has been there. Democrat, Republican, very similar to what you said. The Haitians always say, Democrat, Republican, two wings of the same vulture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we heard Trump's rhetoric that Haiti and El Salvador, that these were S-hole countries. The Clintons have horrific notoriety across Haiti as robber barons, as people who have usurped the Haitians of their destiny. The Clintons took all types of money that was supposed to be for the survivors of the earthquake. They invested it in this massive sweatshop in the north of Haiti, which I've been able to visit. There were all these projects that were swindled, where 15,000 homes were supposed to be built here. It just ended up being 750 homes, and those homes ended up costing $88,000 per home, which in Haiti is ridiculous. Haiti is the republic of NGOs. And the system that colonialism uses, with the right hand, they snatch up Haiti's natural wealth. There's all types of minerals in Haiti. There's iridium, which is one of the most expensive minerals that's needed nowadays. There's offshore oil. So one of the first myths is that Haiti is so poor and Haiti is this desert. So colonialism, the one armed bandit, always taking, always taking. And then with the other hand, with the liberal hand, I don't want to put it out here. It's not a leftist, a true leftist hand. It's a liberal hand. What do they do with the liberal hand? Haiti has one of the highest percentage of NGOs per capita. What do these NGOs do? The NGOs keep Haiti dependent, food dependent, dependent on all these different programs, and all the Haitians have been saying the way to say self-determination in Creole is say grand moun nou ye. We are adults. We can do for ourselves. We don't need NGOs. We don't need missionaries. We don't need Joe Biden. We don't need Donald Trump. We don't need the U.S. Embassy. We don't need the Pentagon making decisions for us. So it's amazing at the end of the day, despite all of the rhetoric. I was debating somebody in the Dominican Republic yesterday, and on public, live television, this person says there's no hope for Haiti. Haiti should just be bulldozed into the ocean. And it's amazing that people can say these things, that level
Yeah.
of racism and of hatred. Haiti's not the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. It's the most misunderstood. It's the most manipulated. It's the most exploited. It's the most oppressed. So I see nothing but hope every time I go to Haiti, even though I'm not trying to over glorify the concrete reality on the ground. 1 gallon of gas is somewhere between $13 and $17 just to get a gallon of gas. Food is extremely expensive. Inflation's through the roof. So the objective conditions for a revolution are right there. But the people's leadership is so repressed that it is a very difficult moment.
Well, it's not just only repressed, it's when you have to deal with the empire and those weapons coming in to keep the place very destabilized, it's going to be very hard. You were mentioning resources. Usually, when it comes to empire and it comes to regime change and American interference, there's usually some resources behind the whole thing. You had just mentioned a few resources that they have over there. I believe in the mountains over there, there's some cobalt. Is that what's going on over there? Because I think a meteor struck Haiti like hundreds of years ago, supposedly, and they said in those mountains there's a lot of rare minerals. So if the West can do what they did in the Congo and keep it very destabilized, they can extract those resources for pennies on the dollar. Do you see the same thing going on in Haiti?
And the destabilization then becomes the excuse to invade and to shore up the U.S.'s neo-colonial control. The U.S. occupied Haiti from 1915 to 1934. The U.S. reinvaded with Clinton in 2004. The U.S. reinvaded with, I'm sorry, Clinton was 1994. Bush was 2004. It's the same thing over and over. So they're threatening now the fourth foreign U.S.-led invasion in 100 years, precisely to control these natural resources. I think another myth about imperialism that we have to continually hone in on. Imperialism doesn't care if you have a massive economy like Russia and Brazil, if you have a medium-sized economy like in Iran or Venezuela, though those are pretty massive as well. Maybe in Argentina is a mid-sized economy. Or if you have a smaller economy, like Haiti's GDP is much lower, but they've never given Haiti a second to breathe. And that was one of the things that they said with the 2-decade occupation of Afghanistan. They threw up their hands, but what could we possibly be looking for in Afghanistan? Afghanistan has nothing for us. But of course, Afghanistan and Haiti have incredible geopolitical importance, diplomatic importance, economic importance, because if there's a revolution in Haiti, it's going to inspire the workers, the oppressed people of the Dominican Republic, in Jamaica. Haiti already inspires. 1804, the legacy of Jean-Jacques Dessalines, all of the Haitian resistance already inspires. This new book came out last week, The Aid State, by Jake Johnston, who's an incredible researcher and writer over there at the Center of Economic and Policy Research, if you haven't checked them out. Elite Panic, Disaster Capitalism, and the Battle to Control Haiti. I've been, my Haiti library is there's no lack of books in the Haiti library. And still, 3 decades later, I continue to be infuriated because they just refuse to give the Haitian people even a chance. They continue to punish them for the 1804 revolution, which overthrew slavery, the French, the British Empire, the burgeoning U.S. Empire, the Spanish Empire. They tried to weaponize the eastern side of the island, what would become the Dominican Republic, to reinvade, to re-enslave Haiti. The Haitians have been resisting ever since. So that's one of the fundamental pragmatic questions. How can we here be in solidarity with the Haitian liberation struggle? So I'll put into the comments some of the hashtags, some of the people-to-people fundraisers that people can check out, because a few US bucks goes a long way down there. And that's part of imperialism strategy. People don't leave Haiti or DR because they want to, but when you tell Haitians that $1 is worth 135 goods, goods is the currency in Haiti, and you tell the Dominican people 55 pesos is $1, the currency manipulation. When people can't live at home, migration is not voluntary. Migration is involuntary.
Yeah. Well, with so many conservatives in the populist right that all they do is concentrate on the border and immigration is their number one policy. And, here in South Florida where I live, and people say, wow, why are there so many Haitians that are coming? Like, you really don't want them to come? How about we leaving them alone? Tell your government to stop messing with their government, because just like you said, Danny, they're rich in resources, man. It's plentiful there. Plus, if they were left alone and they were able to actually industrialize their country, right, and build whatnot, the tourism that can go in that place it's just plush. It could be a paradise if Haiti were left alone. But we never leave Haiti alone. We always mess with Haiti. Is there any responsibility from the Haitian people that they have to take for themselves? I remember I wrote an article that I never released. And inside that article, we talked. And I had been it was about Cuba. And I had a little pushback on Cuba saying they got to take some responsibility for what they did during the COVID, shutting down the island in Cuba, and saying, no, come in here when they were already so dependent on tourism. I thought was a bad decision by Diaz-Canel and the Cuban government. Wasn't the main reason, right? But there had to be some responsibility there, I thought, especially when you looked at Nicaragua and Daniel Ortega, who said, Nicaraguans got to eat, baby. No lockdowns. We stay open, right? I thought that the difference between the two was definitely something you can say, hey, there's a little criticism there. And the Cuban people have to look at that and say, hey, that's something we did wrong over there. Don't get me wrong. There's an economic blockade over there. I've been to Cuba twice now. There's an economic blockade over there. You can't access your cards. There's a stranglehold. One of the worst things Donald Trump did in his presidency was label them a state sponsor of terrorism with a week left of his presidency. However, is there any responsibility in your mind that goes on the Haitian people? And I don't want to get you in trouble when you go back there, but can we point the finger anywhere at the Haitian people out there? Because a lot of the conservatives over here, Danny, say, oh, you always got to blame America for anything, like the Haitian people have nothing to do with their situation.
No, 100%. The colonial bully always finds their puppets and lackeys, and that's what Haitian governance, quote unquote governance, the Haitian politicians have been the faithful handmaidens and servants of U.S. interest. There's no lack of Haitian sellouts over there. One would have to go back to Michel Martelly. Michel Martelly was the dictator. Hillary Clinton flew down in 2010 and appointed him. I mean, this stuff it's difficult to wrap one's head around that this actually happened this way. But Michel Martelly was a completely anti-Haitian politician. The nature of inequality in Haiti is unique because, of course, we're familiar. I mean, it's more than 50% of Haitians that go to sleep hungry every night. 500,000 people displaced just in the capital city. All of the measures of the inequality of the poverty are there. But then you have this entrenched class of oligarchs. The bourgeoisie in Haiti lives like no bourgeoisie I've ever seen, because when you live surrounded by so much hunger, so much humiliation, so much chômage, unemployment, that means that in Haiti, up in those mountains, it's called Pétionville, that's the Beverly Hills of Port-au-Prince, there's more private security guards than there are public police. There's more private bodyguards than public police. So there's actual billionaires in Haiti. So how can you say a country is poor when there's actual billionaires? There's no lack of millionaires, but it's so heavily concentrated. So it's a colonial class structure. Of course, the Haitian people are responsible, and we're responsible. We all have protagonism. We all have a responsibility to educate, to organize, to always have optimism, to counter this line about there's no hope for Haiti. That's ridiculous. And the Haitian people are fighting, and that's why it's important We're going to put up a people-to-people fundraiser that people can follow. Read about Molegal.
That was my next question. What could we do? Obviously, put it up, Jamie. We have a GoFundMe over here where people can help out and send a few bucks. Where's this money going to, Danny, so people know?
Yeah, so this is one of the people's schools. You can see Ernesto Che Guevara there. You can see the Haitians. The Haitians identify as the Palestinians of the Caribbean, of the most as the most forgotten, as the most displaced. So that's one of the people's schools. That was last week. I was there. You can see me there blending in, wherever I go. And we had a conference with the Haitian leadership, and we want to end to the repression so the Haitians can organize themselves. This is a neighborhood called Solino. Solino would be the South Central Los Angeles of Port-au-Prince, or the South Bronx. It's a community of over 100,000. There's barricades everywhere because these death squads, these paramilitaries, are doing everything. The gunshots, the gun battles, the people defending themselves. The gun battles did not end. It was difficult to sleep at night. This is where I was a few days ago. It feels surreal to now be back in 30-degree New York City. But we ask that people educate themselves. I'm constantly trying to use my platforms. You can throw my Twitter in there so people can follow it, even though they sacked my Twitter.
Yeah, I couldn't even find it the other day.
No, they delisted me. They delisted me. I mean, the censorship's getting more and more intense. But I'll throw my Twitter in there because it hurts, because it's been very difficult. The Haitians understand that this is an informational war against them, and that if all they ever talk about in the mainstream media is the chaos and the diseases and poor Haiti, and Haiti is hopeless, and the CNN anchors are crying about Haiti. Haiti doesn't want pity. Haiti doesn't want charity. Haiti just wants to be able to stand up on its own dignified 2 feet. The slogan for Jean-Bertrand Aristide when he won the presidency again in 2001 was "From abject misery to dignified poverty." I mean, what a humble slogan. And the Haitians can't even get that. So share this fundraiser, share the good word. Let's educate on Haiti. Let's give a platform. The Haitians are a polyglot people. They speak French, they speak Spanish, they speak English, and of course the national language, which is the language I was speaking earlier, Haitian Creole. We hope that we can, when things are safer. The war is on Port-au-Prince, though it's also in La Tibonite, in one of the agricultural areas, but the war is not in the north, it's not in the south. So it's not fair to say that all of Haiti is dangerous right now, but certainly anyone going to Haiti should know what the heck they're doing and be connected with the right people. But the war is concentrated on Port-au-Prince and the area directly north of Port-au-Prince.
What is the next move for the United States empire when it comes to Haiti? What can we expect next? Because I don't think they're going to let the situation stay the way it is right now, right? In other words, they were trying to bring in the Kenyans, I believe, to kind of go in there and try to provide some security for us. Now, that's a real nice trick. Let's get an African nation to go in there and do the dirty work of the colonizers, so we can just get away with what we want to get away with. From what I understand, the Kenyan government said, "Nah, yeah, we're gonna retract on that. We're gonna take a pass." But I heard there was Canadian battleships not too close to Haiti, whatnot. What's the next move by the West? What can we expect? I mean, sooner or later, they got to expect the people to rise up, pick another Aristide, right? And that's not going to go bode well for the Western corporations and stuff, especially if they kick these mining companies out of there and try to nationalize their own national resources, or something like Guatemala did with their revolution back in the days, or what Pedro Castillo tried to do in Peru before they threw him in jail. I mean, something's got to happen, right? What are you expecting from the West? What's their next move on the chessboard?
They've been doing everything to justify their invasion. How ironic. They want to invade when all the guns come from here. When the paramilitaries, and that's the writing and the research I'm doing. I've published it, Truth Out, at North American Congress on Latin America, NACLA, at Counterpunch, for people who want to go deeper into understanding the anti-imperialist struggle in Haiti. The U.S. is doing everything to carry out the fourth invasion. The Kenyan parliament last week said no. They said it was illegal. They're pushing back against the president or the neo-colonial dictator, William Ruto. What the U.S. is doing is similar to the economic draft that we just saw the 3 soldiers killed on the Jordanian-Syrian border. You know, those soldiers were like 21 years old. They look just like my students at the City University of New York, and I have many students who are veterans. It's heartbreaking, but what the U.S. is doing is they're trying to carry out an invasion in blackface so they can weaponize the Kenyans, use the Kenyans as a proxy force, send 1,000 to 2,000 Kenyans to invade Haiti. What do the Kenyans know? They don't know the alleyways of Port-au-Prince. They don't know the language of Haiti. They don't know the history. In 2004, who did the U.S. weaponize? The Brazilians, the Chileans, the Sri Lankans, the Nepalese. And it's the Nepalese who brought cholera to Haiti, which ended up killing tens of thousands of Haitians, because the Nepalese working for the UN discarded all of their waste into the rivers of Haiti, their sewerage. So every invasion of Haiti has been an absolute nightmare that has compounded the colonial misery of the Haitian people. That's the ultimate insult. That's the more direct colonialism. They've preferred the indirect colonialism. And with the Haitian leadership, the anti-imperialist leadership, the revolutionary leadership, what they're saying is, if there's military soldiers who are killing us, we can put that on social media, and on some level there wouldn't be complete impunity. And if the police are killing us, similar. But when these gangs, when these paramilitaries, when they're masked, when they're criminals, when they're convicts through and through, when they're mercenaries, no one cares. And that's where I was staying. I was staying on the front lines of Solino, of Fort Nacional, of these neighborhoods. There's barricades everywhere. The people are preparing their own self-defense every night with these marauding death squads trying to burn them out of their communities, because once those communities cease to exist, there can be no resistance.
Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Danny Shaw, thank you coming by and educating us. I don't know. We got to go somewhere next, baby. I don't know. You want to make a trip to Cuba to make sure to see what's going on over there? Panama has got an election this year, I believe, in a couple months. Mexico has an election we got to go to.
You're going to become a professor of Latin American and Caribbean studies like me, man. You referencing Jacobo Arbenz in Guatemala. You referencing Salvador Allende in Chile, Pedro Castillo. I see you, Pasta. You want to come up.
Well, you know what it is, Danny? I got to tell you, the reason why I was always intrigued and paid attention to that is that I never understood the uber fixation that the conservatives, the Christian right, the populist right, what they have at the border, right? You know, I grew up Italian, and you're hearing the stories about my family coming over to Ellis Island and whatnot. We were all immigrants. But, you know, this fixation on, man, these people are coming in. There's an invasion. These are people coming looking for a better life. And first of all, you know, why are they coming in the first place? So I just started looking into it. And next thing you know, you see why the Monroe Doctrine is alive and well, and it's still going on to this day. I try to explain to people all the time, you really want to solve the problem? Close the bases. Don't worry about closing the border. You don't have to close the border if you close the bases, right? You close the bases.
That's a good slogan. Pasta for president. You inspire me more than Gavin Newsom and these corny dudes.
Hey, the other country, Venezuela, right? The Chavistas, Nicolas Maduro. I try to tell Trumpers all the time, if there's a Latin American president that he's so much like, it's freaking Hugo Chavez. Remember when Hugo Chavez fired the whole oil ministry on TV? You're fired. You're dismissed. Adios.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Venezuela I can't wait to get out there with you again, man. You're an amazing dude. You're an amazing friend. I love your work, and I would like to amplify it any way I can. Ladies and gentlemen, go to Danny Shaw's his Twitter. They're, you know, like they said, they're deplatforming him pretty much. I couldn't find them the other day. I had to go through our chats and then find you from there. But you're an amazing dude, brother, and I love you, and I can't wait to hit the road with you again.
Much love, brother. Talk soon.
Peace out. That's it for Danny Shaw, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube still plays those crazy games where they like to unsubscribe people for whatever reason. I don't know if it's part of an algorithm or whatnot, but make sure you're subscribed and make sure you hit that bell and like, share, subscribe to the show. We're going to have this whole show clipped up. We're going to do it the same way we've been doing it on the Combo Couch for many years. We do a whole show, a live show, and then we have certain segments. We're going to repost the segments out there so you can share the shorter versions of the subjects that you like or that you want to share. And that's the most important thing you can do. A lot of us don't have any coin to spare, but we can share, right? That rhymed. We don't have any coin to spare, but we can share. So do me a favor and share, share, share.